Dear brother, ride with me, man. Picking up my kid from school. You better start taking care of yourself, man. You better start taking care of yourself. And I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to me. And when I say take care of yourself, man, I'm talking about overall, man. Body, mind, soul, financially, and everything. It's like, I think we sometimes hint that we need to take care of ourselves, or, yo, I'm going to start taking care of myself, and we never get around to it. Because the reason we don't is because it's like, oh, I got to take care of my wife, I got to take care of my girl, or my girl need this, or my kids need that. And we never really get around to the stuff we need. You know, we keep on putting it to the side. I'll get to it. You know, I'll buy myself this or buy myself that when I get to it. And it don't seem like we never get to it. We never get to what the stuff that matters to us. And you know what happens, man? A lot of us are dying inside. Flat out dying inside, bro. Because you don't have what you need for yourself. And the thing is, most men, we don't need much. But what I found out is we're not even giving ourselves the little bit that we need to even get by. We not. And I think the biggest thing, man, most times is not even financial. It ain't even a new car or a new house. It ain't none of that. You know, most times what it is, it's a break. It's a break. It's a moment without nobody needing nothing. It's a moment without nobody asking for nothing. It's a moment without just a peace of mind. And not only do you need that peace of mind, you need to be able to be have that peace of mind and not be apologetic for it. Like, not feel bad, like, yo, I'm sitting here, I'm chilling, and be okay with that. You know, a lot of us go through seasons in our life where it's like, all right, I can chill, but should I be doing something? Oh, there's something else I can do. Man, do you know I was teaching a seminar today, and one part that I hit was there is a command to rest. Like, rest is law, bro. To rest is law. You gotta rest, because how do you keep on going without rest? And some of y'all like, look, man, you gotta man up. Man, one of my first videos ever I did on this platform, on the Dear Brother podcast, was the man up trap. You know how many dudes kept on going and calling it manned up and end up with a heart attack, end up mentally ill, you know, end up with wanting to unalive themselves? You know how many of us manned up, and we've been taught that to man up? But the question is, let's redefine what man up is. Man up is not sludging through the dirt when you feel like you can barely make it. Manning up is not sludging through life when you on your last leg. You ain't been to the doctor. You scared to go. That's a whole nother podcast. We might talk about it for a little bit today. Right? Manning up is not dragging yourself through life, man. Because it's too much expected of us. It's too much expected of us. Our kids expect a lot. I got 4 kids, man. I got 4 kids. My son is in college. He's finishing up his 2nd year. You know, he needs his dad. You know, boys, you know, when boys turn 17, 18, some of y'all out there that got older sons, man, they feel like they know everything, right? And you got to give room where you're not battling with them all the time trying to prove they don't know nothing. You got to let them go find out they don't know nothing, you know? But at the same time, it's like, I'm there for him. He's a smart kid. He running for student government. Well, actually, he won vice president, man. Very proud of this dude. But he's on this and on that, and on different organizations on his school. And, you know, he coming into that place, man. He a handsome kid. He coming in that place where it's like the girls is coming through. I got to be there for him to teach him that. I got to be of sound mind to teach him that. Not off old wisdom. Because, hey, man, half the stuff we learn ain't get us nowhere. You know what I mean? Keep it 100. Half the stuff we learn ain't get us nowhere. You know, so in order to take care of him at 100%, man, I got to be 100%. You know, I got twin daughters, man. They 18. They about to go in their prime and graduate high school. Of course, they need them girls, our daughters, bro. They need us all their life. But I'm gonna tell you, when they really, really need us the most, now that they about to walk out there in life where it's a bunch of trickery and a whole bunch of shame and you know what I mean? We gotta be the guide right now. You know what I mean? Like, our kids, for some of us that are you walk in a certain faith, whether that's Islam, Christianity, Judaism, whatever it is, guess what? Your kid's first introduction to God is you in the house. You know what I mean? The safety, the protection, the wisdom. And guess what, bro? I ain't lose my place. This is why you got to take care of yourself. This is why you got to take care of yourself. In order to take care of everything else we're taking care of, you got to take care of you. You got to, bro. You got to take care of your mind. And taking care of yourself ain't just going to, man, get a bunch of beers with the boys. That's fun, but it's not taking care of yourself. That's just giving you a break, a moment, right? That's just a moment. When I say take care of yourself, I'm talking about solidifying yourself. When I say take care of yourself, I'm talking about solidifying what you doing and where you going and what mistakes you've made and what you need to clear up. Now, I know, like, y'all from all ages that listen to the Dear Brother podcast. We got guys that's 18. We got guys that's 16 listen to us. We got guys all the way up to their 60s that listen to us, right? But I'm talking about us guys at that 40 and up. Now, I don't want the young boys to cut me off. Y'all need this wisdom for later. But everything is changing, right? Everything's changing. Your physical body's changing. Your mentality's changing. Your financial status is changing. These are those years, man, where you start really establishing. Why? Because you got to establish so you don't have to work so hard in your elder years, you know? And I'm not talking from a rich man's perspective, man. I work hard every day, build this podcast every day. If we got 2 podcasts, so some of y'all got women, got girlfriends and mothers and sisters, tell them to go check out the Dear Sister podcast. I got that one too on YouTube. But it's a space in our life, man, where we got to start really establishing what legacy is going to look like. What's legacy going to look like? And in order to even look at legacy with a good view, you got to take care of yourself to do that. So the question you got to start asking yourself is, one, am I taking care of myself? Not just, not that moment of I'm feeling better because I do this or do that. Not that moment feeling. I'm talking about really establishing a cycle of making sure you cool. Really establishing that cycle. What is it? What do you really need? Because that's a question, honestly, y'all, that we don't ask ourselves a lot. What do you even need, bro? When's the last time you sat down and said, yo, what do I need? Because why? We're consumed with what everybody else needs. And so what we do is we just get those moments, we slip those moments in, night out with the boys, go shoot pool, hit the bowling, whatever you do, you know what I mean? Whatever you into, you do that. But again, that's a moment. But when was the last time, yo, what do I need? Because this is the truth. What you needed at 18, 19, 20 ain't what you need at 40, 45, 46. And what you need at 46 ain't what you need at 55. So that question is not just a one-time question. That question is a question you got to keep on asking yourself. What do I need? Hell, man, I'm telling you, I didn't take care of myself for so long that I'm starting to ask myself that every day. Yo, what you need today? Right? Every day is new. What do you need today to not just get through the day, but make sure you feeling good about how your process, feeling good about how you look, feeling good about how you feel. See, sadly, man, women get this education. Women get this education to take care of themselves, right? I even said this before in the podcast, and even women can't really argue with this. I said this on the live podcast. In fact, I do a Battle of the Sexes every Friday night from 8 to 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. Battle of the Sexes. And it ain't to bash women. It's women and men on there. I join the Dear Brother and Dear Sister podcast together. And we talk. We do grown talk. You know what I mean? Where people become accountable, and we do grown talk. So it ain't about bashing each other. It's about healing each other. There's too much nonsense on the internet of bashing each other. But this is what I said on the podcast. Little girls are grown up to take care of themselves. Little boys are grown up to take care of other people. Right? If they had somebody to teach them that, when I grew up, it was like, yo, take care of your mom. Take care of your sister. If the groceries came in, my mom didn't drive, my dad drove. So if it was like, yo, the groceries come home, son, go outside and get them groceries for your mom. Don't let your mom carry nothing. Hey, our washer and dryer was in the basement. Don't let your mom carry that basket. Take that basket downstairs for your mom. You know what I mean? Everything was about them. Hey, man, you get a little piece of money, put some away, figure out something you can do nice for your mom and your sister. That's how I was raised. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But what happens is, when we're taught to take care of everybody, take care of everybody's needs, put a smile on everybody's face. You continue that through life. When you get a little girlfriend, when you get married, your baby mom, whoever it is, it's like, yo, take care of them. But a lot of women aren't taught to take care of men. They're taught to take care of themselves. Now, in other cultures, a lot of women are. They're raised up to get married and take care of men. But usually in this modern American society, women are taught to take care of themselves. So this is what happens when you grow up. You got women taking care of themselves and men taking care of them too. So the question is, who's taking care of you? So you can argue with women all day. You should be taking care of me. Nah, bro. You got to take care of you. I'm going to tell you. Now, some of y'all like, nah, bro, I ain't going to have no woman in my life. Look, I ain't bashing no woman. I ain't saying that you need to be begging no woman to take care of you. What I'm saying is, check this wisdom from brother. When you start taking care of yourself real good, women notice that. I'm talking about even the person you with. For some of y'all that's married, and it's like, yo, my girl don't do nothing. My wife don't do nothing. Start taking care of yourself. I bet she's going to step up. She's going to step up because then she realizes you're not sitting around waiting for her to take care of you. And I'm going to tell you, women, trust me, bro, women wake up real quick when they realize this guy is taking care of himself. Physically, socially, emotionally. This dude is taking care of himself financially. I'm going to tell you, it make women step their game up or it make women step off. And either one is good. If she step up, good. If she step off, great. Because you don't need to be having nobody in your life who ain't going to care for you like that anyway or make sure you cool. But bro, are you taking care of yourself, man? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Put a 1 if you are taking care of yourself. Put a 2 if you're not. And if some of y'all are taking care of yourself, put it in the chat what you do. What's your routine? What do you do to take care of you? Because there's a lot of brothers on the podcast who don't know what that means. Or you know what I mean? Even though I'm teaching it right now, I'm not the community, bro. We all the community, right? I just put the platform, I put the stage up here, but this is our community. Put in the chat what you do for yourself. And for some of y'all that's feeling this, put in the chat like, yo, brother, you right. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't been taking care of myself. Now, let's get into the health situation right quick. Bro, I was on dialysis in 2017. For 3 years, from 2017 to 2020, when I got a kidney transplant January 3rd, 2020. Let me tell you something, bro. I was not taking care of myself. For some of y'all that know my story, I got so many new subscribers, man, and thank all y'all who've been subscribing. I've been teaching. I was a pastor for 26 years, doing world missions for 15 of those years, man. Traveling up and down the country, man, all over the place, helping people. My life since 14, I started just doing this at 14. My life has been consumed with helping people. And that's cool. But what good is it when you're taking care of everybody else and you're not taking care of yourself? And I'm talking about your own health, right? And this the thing, guys, don't fool yourself. And we don't got to lie to each other. You don't got to lie to me, and God knows I don't lie to y'all. We know when something wrong with our body. We know. We know when something ain't feeling right. We know. You know when that heart pacing too fast. You know. You know when you getting too many migraines. You know when that blood pressure up. You know when you seeing too much swelling in your body. You know something off. What we do is ignore it, because I'm gonna tell you, all of us want to act tough, but I'm gonna tell you, you might not be scared of no man in the street. You might not be scared. You might be the greatest warrior alive, but I'm gonna tell you what scares the hell out of all of us. Let a health scare get on you. Let your health be challenged. That's the strongest thing. In fact, I was reading the book of Job. I was trying to read the whole book the other day, and Job lost everything. He lost all his money, all his cattle, all his sheep, all his children, everything, right? And his response to that was, God gives and God takes away. Blessed be the name of God. That was strong. You talking about strength? That was strong. I lost my child, bro. Look, I know what that pain feel like. He was able to say, Job was able to say, blessed be the name of the Lord, right? But then his health, when the enemy start messing with his health, then his prayer changed. All of a sudden, he was mad at God. Because this the thing, y'all. You know like I know. Some money, you can get some money back. A lot of y'all know what that is. You had money. You had money, you lost money, you got it back. You blew money, right? When you got your health, you can get it back, right? You can lose the love of your life. You got your health, you can get a new love, right? You lose your job, you got your health, you can get a new job. But when your health is gone, bro, it feel like you can't get nothing back. Like, yo, I'm not good. How can I get, if I'm not physically straight, how can I not get myself back? And the only sickness is not just the body. The sickness sometimes is the mind. And when I say the mind sickness, I'm not talking about being on medicine. Some of us, I'm not against medicine, man, when you need it for your mentals. But what I'm saying is, just because you're not diagnosed don't mean nothing wrong with your mind. You also know, bro, as a man, when it's times when you know you're thinking off, or you know you shaky and you can't get things together like you used to. Things not computing like they should. Like, you know when it's like, yo, your memory's slipping, or you can't connect with something. You know, and you can't ignore those times. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't think as men we ignore those times just to ignore them. I think we ignore those times because we scared to face what it might be. Man, when I was sick, man, my blood pressure was up. I was still traveling. You know, stuff wasn't feeling right. I was swelling, like my legs. And at this time, I was battling alcohol, like, you know what I mean? So, like, I would drink, and I would watch my legs swell up. And I was like, all right, you know, I would go to sleep. My legs would go back down. I'm like, oh, I'm cool. Man, my kidneys was failing the whole time, bro. From high blood pressure for many years of just traveling and teaching and making sure, raising kids. Like I said, I lost my mom, my dad, and my daughter. My mom was 59. My daughter was 4 months. My dad was my dad was 59. My daughter was 4 months. My mom was 62. My dad and my daughter died 4 months apart. 4 months apart, bro. My daughter died. I remember seeing my father over my right shoulder, right there. First time I ever seen this dude cry. Narcotics cop, hard dude. First time I ever seen him cry. I looked over my right shoulder while I'm closing my daughter's casket, and I see this dude cry. 4 months later, dude, I was eulogizing my own dad. At that funeral, I was eulogizing my own daughter. 5 years later, my mom was 62. Pancreatic cancer took her in 10 months. Right? These sicknesses, man, these things, man, I know that pain, but I know what it is to have to do so much where you start ignoring yourself. And I'm sure I was dying this whole time. I'm sure my kidneys was failing this whole time. But I'm like, yo, my dad died. I had to hold up my mom and my sister, you know? When my daughter died, I had to take care of her mom. And I had to take care, you know, of the other twins, because they was triplets. Triplet girls. When I'm twins, I talk about this 18. Yes, they was triplets, bro. I had to take care of them and take care of my son, who was 2. So, like, here I am eulogizing my daughter, taking care of her mother, taking care of her siblings, bro. When my mom died, I had to take care of my sister, you know, and take care of the church, who adored my mom, who was broken up. That was like their mom. I remember at her funeral, a woman coming up to me saying, at my daughter's funeral, a woman coming up to me saying, she said, Pastor, my child died a few years ago, and the pastor who did her funeral was horrible. You know, the funeral made it worse. And she said, I just thank God. Watch these words, y'all. She said, I thank God for this funeral and how you preached this funeral, because it made me feel so much better. It's nothing she said was wrong, yo. Nothing she said was wrong. But in that moment, I learned something about myself. She didn't even acknowledge that was my baby. She didn't. She was so connected to the gift I have to teach and to preach and to make people feel better that she didn't acknowledge it was my child. It was a moment I was upset. Like, dang, that lady didn't even recognize that was my child, didn't even acknowledge it. But then I realized something. That day, I didn't appear to be my daughter's father. I appeared to be the preacher. You know what I mean? Who was going to preach this eulogy and strengthen everybody. While I'm over there as a dad, I'm standing up there preaching, but I'm a bag of bones because I'm bearing my own little baby. You know what I mean? So you got to take care of yourself, bro. For some of y'all out there that might have lost a child, a family member, man, your mother, your father, I'm praying for you, bro. I don't care how many years ago it was, especially y'all that lost children. I'm praying for you as a man, because a lot of times our feelings are ignored. Like, everybody pays attention to to the mother when a couple loses the child, as if the father don't really feel, you know what I mean? And that's a rough place too. But are you taking care of yourself physically, man? That's what we was. Are you taking care of yourself physically? Stop ignoring, man. Stop ignoring that stuff. You know, by the time I start throwing up, I couldn't eat nothing, everything when I was sick. And I dropped probably 50 pounds. I couldn't eat. And every time I tried to, food would get right here and I would just throw up. Not that I was choking, whatever it was, right? What it was all the toxins had built up in my body. And I couldn't eat, right? Because my kidneys failed and the toxins was trapped in my body. And I would just throw up. Lost 50 pounds. At that time, my youngest daughter was being born. So you know what I did? I said, oh man, I can't go to the hospital right now because my baby being born, right? So I was like, well, you know, she was about 8 months, 9 months, about to be born. And I'm like, well, I can't go right now because I got to make sure, you know, that she's born healthy and everything straight. So I didn't go to the doctor then. Man, I finally went to the hospital, and the doctor came running around the corner with their clipboard, like, yo, he said my name. And I was like, yeah, I'm him. And he said, you sure? I said, yeah, it's me. He said, I expected to see a dead man when I rounded this corner. I'm like, what? He like, man, you know what creatinine is? I was like, no. He was like, well, that's the number of your function, your kidney function and things. I said, okay. I said, well, what is it? He said, it's supposed to be 0. I said, yeah. He said, well, let me tell you this first. He said, I saw one man creatinine go to 17 and he died in a week. I said, wow. You know, so I'm thinking he gonna say mine under that and I got time. He like, yours is 22. I said, huh? Man, they wheeled me off, man. They were doing all kinds of stuff to me. I needed I think six bags of blood over the couple weeks. Had losing blood, man. I was sick as a dog, man. Sick. End up on dialysis, man. I was 37 years old. You know, 37 years old. I'm on a dialysis machine, man, and I came into place my first day, and they was like, "Oh, you're the driver to pick somebody. Who you need to pick up?" Because I'm 37. I didn't look sick. You know what I mean? Like, they like, "Yo, you must be the driver to paratransit or whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm here for dialysis." They looking at me like, "Yo, bro, I almost died, man." And I thank God that, you know, I could tell y'all more about sitting there on dialysis, man. I might do a thing on that because what I went through my mind. I'm probably going to do a little podcast on that because what I went through in my mind was crazy. But, man, I got a blessing, man. And I'll talk about this more probably when I do the dialysis podcast. Not the dialysis podcast, but a podcast on my time there. But, man, you know, because of my work in the world, man, I didn't even know that all those years I worked in the world and helped so many people do so many things. Never took money from people, man. I just wanted to help. Little did I know, man, I helped a man up in Rochester, New York 12, 15 years before that. And his daughter found out I was sick, man, and wanted to give me a kidney. It was crazy because the doctor said to me, like, your blood type is strange. Like, you got a tough blood type, so you getting a kidney is going to be tough because your blood type is so tough. And it's probably going to be another 6 to 8 years, maybe 10, before you can even get a kidney. Man, they told me that weekend. I'm like, man, I felt like I was dying. It was like, no way I'm going to be able to wait that long. I'll die before that. Man, that following weekend, she called like, man, I want to give you a kidney. I'm like, huh? She said, yeah, I got to give you a kidney, man. You know, like some of us, we don't know how to take a quarter from somebody. So like a body part, I'm like, yo, I don't know how to take nothing. Nah, I'm good. You good. You need your kidneys or whatever. I said, plus you got to be a match. Like, you can't just, you know, it's not like just changing brakes or something. Like, you got to be a match. And she was like, I am a match. I said, you are? Like, how you know? She was like, I'm a match. And man, she believed it by faith. And guess what? That lady was a perfect match, bro. I wound up getting my kidney January 2020. And I prayed that the Lord would make a way for me to get a kidney by my 40th birthday. And sure enough, man, I got a kidney by my 40th birthday, man. You know, so thank God that happened, bro. But listen, man, are you taking care of yourself, man? Are you taking your medicine? Are you doing the things you got to do? Don't be waiting for your wife and nobody to beg you to do that, man. Take care of yourself, because you got legacy. You got work to do, man. You got things to do. You got kids to raise. You got people to leave something for, man. You got a legacy. Your life counts, bro. Your life counts. So we just talked about health, but even if it had nothing to do with you being sick, but are you taking care of yourself? Mind, body, spirit, man. Are you taking care of you? You need to start taking care of yourself, bro. I'm almost at my kid's school, man. Thanks for riding with me. I'm here, bro, but take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, because that matters that you do. Take care of yourself because you are a beautiful person. I don't care what mistakes you made. You're a beautiful person with a beautiful purpose. And you weren't born because your mom liked your dad and your dad thought your mom was cute. You were born because you have a purpose upon your life that you got to complete before you get out of here, man. So live it out, but not just live healthy, every part of you, bro, so you can go where you got to go in life and be the man of your own dreams, bro. If you lasted to the end of this, man, go get my new book, Dear Brother, The Blueprint to Becoming the Man of Your Own Dreams. Go to christianwinners.com, pick yours up today. christianwinners.com, pick yours up today. Dear Brother, Becoming the Man of Your Own Dreams. Hey, bro, I love you. Make sure that you love you. You matter to me. Make sure you matter to you. Like we end every podcast, yesterday was history and tomorrow's a mystery. All you got is right now. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do about it, man? Love y'all. Until the next time. Peace.